and welcome back to Tweaks of the Week. My name is Alex7X and this is episode 2. I'm actually enjoying this series, it's going pretty well so far, and I've picked out again another 7 tweaks I think I might find quite interesting. So, let's jump straight in. Now, the first tweak that I want to cover is something called CCBackground, which is also known as Control Center Background. So if I just scroll into the settings, CCBackground, where is it? Enable, select image, camera roll, select image, done. Now that'll respring the device. Now what that initially does is the standard stock swipe up from the bottom, your control center, is the standard grey. Now what this tweak initially allows you to do is you swipe up from the bottom, and instead of having the standard grey, you can have any picture from your camera roll or wherever you want to get pictures from, and it puts it on your actual tab there like that. I know that looks a bit of a mess at the moment because I've just quickly screenshotted my home screen, but like I said, you can select any image you want, which is pretty handy. So I've just selected the basic one. On my normal phone I actually have some cool wavy effects. You can even pick landscape mode, image on the screen. You can select it, no image in landscape. You can change the way it looks as well if you wanted to. So that's a pretty cool tweak. That's actually free on the Big Boss repository. So the next tweak I want to cover today is something called NCAllOnly, which stands for Notification Center All Only. Now what this tweak initially does is it allows you to clear up your notification center from the standard iOS 7. If you scroll down, you've got Today, All, and Missed, with your stocks at the bottom as well. Now for me that's a bit too much information. I know I like having a lot of information on my notification center, but I don't like having stuff that I don't need to read. I mean, the calendar, that's a good idea, but stock apps, weather, I don't really need that. So what I like to get is NCAllOnly. You can cross off in the settings which you want to disappear. You can show missed, you can toggle it on and off. You've got support and donate at the bottom if you wish. But I like to keep show all view on only, and it basically clears off your notification center and it gives it a nice clean layout, and your notifications are listed as they would normally. You haven't got any of those horrible tabs at the top, and that's also free from the Big Boss repo. So the next tweak I'd like to introduce is a tweak which is a favourite of mine called Calabar. Now what this tweak initially does is, as you go through your, as you travel through iOS, you'll find that, you know, the toggle at the top, what would you call it, the status bar, that's the one, it's plain, boring and very, very dull. So with a tweak called Calabar, what you can actually do is you can select different settings to make your colour bar whatever colour you'd like. You've got theme settings. You can choose the foreground colour, so you've got a very, really wide range of colours there, from black, blue, brown, cyan, indigo, orange, yellow, white, etc, etc. And you can change the background colour as well, which is black, which is the stock one. So let's just change it to, say, bright orange for the background, and the foreground will have, I don't know, green. So what you want to do is you want to enable that now, save and respring, and then as the device resprings it actually loads those settings on, as you'll see shortly. This is a free tweak from the Big Boss repo, which is actually pretty handy. So there you go, you can change how your top line of your phone actually looks. So now that looks really vulgar, but this is only for demonstration purposes. Actually that doesn't look too bad. You've got your green stuff on the top, like your battery, your clock and your Wi-Fi symbols, and you've got a green bar. Now you can change that to almost any combination that you wish, and as I said before, that's actually free from the Big Boss repo in Cydia. The next tweak I'd like to introduce you to is a tweak called Clear Folders. Now again, I'm using my own phone as opposed to my test iPhone because of a compatibility issue between the iOS versions. I don't think the latest one works, it's the one beforehand, but you can always check online if in doubt. Now, like I said, Clear Folders, what this initially allows you to do is clear folders. Now how nice does that look? You haven't got that horrible grey box that fills up your apps and your folders. and you can change that to almost anything that you want. You can have it on different ones, like that. It's perfectly simple, and you can still move apps and everything in between folders. You can create folders within folders, and you won't have that horrible grey blur which is actually around the outside. And that is free from the Cydia store, and that's available in the Big Boss repo. So the next tweak I'd like to introduce you to is a tweak called Folder Closer. Now this is probably the first thing that you would look at when you find it on the Cydia store and you think, oh, I'm going to have that. Now what this actually does is, when you go into, say, one of your folders and you open an app, and you've got your app open, and then when you close out of the app, the folder is still there. Now for me, I find that quite annoying. So this tweak actually gets rid of the folder that's open behind the app that's running. So let's just navigate to Cydia. Give it a second to load. Okay, so we want to go to, I've already done this before, but you search for Folder Closer, which is right there. Click on that, hit install, confirm, and then you'll see a load of coding come on the screen which you don't need to understand. That's actually what it looks like when you install a tweak. But anyway, that will reload now, and it will ask me to restart the springboard, I think. Yep, restart springboard. Now what that does, it just quickly, I said it before, it refreshes your springboard. So anything that you've altered becomes apparent. So quickly wait for the device to quickly come back on. There's no cut in this video either. It literally takes about 5 to 10 seconds for your phone to actually restart the springboard. So there we go. Okay, now let's have a look at this. Let's just clear off our running apps. Don't need any of those. So into extras, contacts. Now when I close out of this, straight back to the main screen. Now my home button is a little dodgy, but so let's go into calculator. Opens the app straight up. When you close out of it, you're back to the home screen, as opposed to going back to the folder itself. And that's also free on Cydia from the Big Boss repo. So the next tweak I'd like to introduce is something called Simplot. Now there have been countless variations of this in the past, ranging from different names to different things. But basically what it does is, when you lock your phone, show the lock screen, slide to unlock is now missing. That's all it does. There are no settings. It just quickly removes that. It's great for people who are interested in showing off their screen or their theme, or to confuse those pesky snoops who don't know how to use an iPhone. But all you do, it's still there. The option is still there. You just swipe it off and you're actually back into your phone. And that's free from the Cydia store, and that's available in the Big Boss repo for free. So grab it while you can. And the final tweak I'm going to show you in today's episode is called Tabless. Now what this actually allows you to do is, if you lock your phone, look, it removes the tabs from the main screen, from like Notification Center and Control Center. It's still there, you can still access it, but it just removes those annoying tabs which were there and there. It's again a good idea and a good way to clean up your lock screen, which is pretty effective. So yeah, anyway, that'll be it for today's episode. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe if you wish, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.